Guess what day it is, people? That's right, it's hump day, aka wet Wednesday for me here. So today, I'm gonna drink some more beer like I always do. Today, we're gonna drink Fat Tire by New Belgium Brewing. New Belgium Brewing started in 1991 by Jeff Lebish and Kim Jordan. They were husband and wife. They're no longer husband and wife, but it's still pretty cool that a husband and wife started a brewery. They are the fourth largest craft brewery in the United States and the eighth largest brewery overall. They produced 957,000 barrels of alcohol, which a barrel is 31 gallons. I did a little math for you guys. So it was about 29.5 million gallons of beer these guys made. And Fat Tire is their flagship beer. This is their most popular beer, which is it says a Belgium style ale, but I would consider it an amber, and I'll show you guys why when I open it. First, we're gonna go into what the other, because I was curious. This is a really popular beer, so I was like, it's the fourth largest craft beer. Like, what's bigger? And number 3 was Sierra Nevada, and when I heard that, I was like, oh, okay, Sierra Nevada. And number 2 was the Boston Beer Company, which is Sam Adams, and I think that's kind of crap. Sam Adams kind of sucks, anyways, in my opinion, and I don't consider them craft beer, even though they advertise like they pick stuff individually and blah 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 blah. And then the number 1 craft beer is Yingling. They did like 2.8 million barrels of beer, and they only became a craft beer because in 2014 the Brewers Association changed the verbiage on certain grains that were used. So they used what's called basically agent grains. So they're unmalted, so basically they're put in just dried. They're not malted, is when it's germinated and then dried. They germinate grains in water, which is when the roots start growing, because they're basically like becoming seeds, and then they dry it at that process, and then they brew it at that. But I guess Yingling just puts corn in there, and somehow that allowed them to meet the criteria for being a quote unquote craft beer, which I don't think that's another beer I don't think is a craft beer personally. Yingling, or I'm sorry, not Yingling, Sierra Nevada, I definitely agree they're a craft brewery, and they're pretty good. I lived in California for 3.5 years, and I used to go to Chico, California, where they brew it all the time. Really fun place. Anyways, this is back to New Belgium and Fat Tire. They're out of Fort Collins. They're a 100% employee-owned company, which is really cool. And they also are quote-unquote 100% powered by renewable energy, but I read that that's not 100% true. They're actually 100% offset. So they pay more money to the power companies to get the clean energy, the sources of clean energy to them. But then they also produce their own. They have 3% of their energy is produced by solar plants on site, and then 15% of their plant is produced by methane, because they have an on-site water treatment plant, wastewater treatment plant. And 15% of that energy 15% of the energy they use is created from that plant because of the methane as a byproduct. So kind of cool. They're environmentally conscious, and they are 100% employee owned. Really cool. I've always wanted to go to the brewery in Colorado, Fort Collins, not Boulder, Fort Collins, Colorado. I've always wanted to go there, never have, but one day I will go. Anything else I got to say about them? Nope. 160 calories for this beer, 5.2% alcohol. Kind of blurry there. Before so this bike is like really famous. That's part of their label. I've been drinking this beer for a long time. It's one of my favorites, so I'm gonna be a little biased maybe on it. But anyways, I'll crack it open and talk. But yeah, they used to have watercolor art on their bottles, and I first started drinking this beer in Texas because it wasn't available in Ohio, where I'm from, around Cleveland area. So when I went to Texas, they had this on base, and I was like, what is this beer, like with this crazy bicycle and this water painting? But then they changed the label in like, must have been 2012, I want to say. But Anyways, here's the beer, and as you can see, it's more of a red color, kind of dark. So that's kind of considered an amber. Well, it is an amber, not kind of considered. So it's an amber lager. Good head on it. I think it smells fantastic. It smells like roasted barley. Like, it just smells like almost like good bread, kind of. Anyways, I'll take a taste. So, this is my favorite beer. I'm not gonna lie. This is like one of my favorite beers. I'm not gonna say it's my. No, I'll say it's probably my top beer, my number one beer. I'm happy whenever I see it somewhere on draft. I'm always excited. This is definitely my deserted island beer. This is if you could drink one beer for the rest of your life, this would be it, because it's not super light, it's not weak, but it's not strong tasting. It tastes like a normal beer. When I first started drinking it in Texas, the first time I had it, I thought it was a little too hoppy, but then it's not hoppy at all. I think I was just I don't want to say uncultured, because if you like Bud Light or something like that, then by all means you can drink whatever you want. But I wasn't broadening my horizons on beer. I hadn't began to explore craft beers, and anything that just tasted out of the ordinary to me, that wasn't like Blue Moon was my wild beer when I was 21. And Blue Moon's a good beer, but it's just a beer with like a little bit of orange taste, really. But anyways, I'll take another taste of this. And I'm drinking it out of a can too. I have started to prefer cans. Cans actually keep beer fresher longer than bottles do, because light can damage beer. The only thing that kind of sucks about cans is they're more susceptible to temperature change, which, as you know, beer gets hot, cold, it can get skunked. And sometimes when they deliver beer here, it just doesn't taste very good, because they ship it from the United States on boats, I would imagine, and they probably don't care on the temperature of it. But this batch is pretty good. Tastes like it should. You don't have to take my rating super serious on this. I'm not gonna give it a 5 out of 5, because, excuse me, it is a really good beer, but I wouldn't say it's 100% perfect. But man, I'm gonna give it a 4.6. I was gonna give it like a 4.3 or something, but I was like, nah, this beer deserves, if you're doing it on a scale of 10, it deserves a 9 or better, in my opinion. And I'm gonna say 4.6. I'm gonna say right there, like a 9.2, 4.6. It's a must try, in my opinion, but this is a beer that fits the category of beer I like. I like ambers. I've learned I like ambers. I like ambers, and I like Hefeweizens or wheat beer, and that's what I've learned my taste is. I like stouts and porters too, but these are the beers that I would for sure drink, like Fat Tire and Weihenstephan and stuff like that. Those are the beers that I just consistently go to. They're consistently good. I'm never disappointed. Bottle, can, draft, you name it. I'm always happy drinking Fat Tire. So yeah, I think 4.6 is a good score. You guys probably will disagree with me, but that's okay. It's my opinion, and all my videos are based on my personal thought process on what I think of the beer and what I'm tasting at the moment. So you guys have a happy Wednesday. Get through hump day. We got a long weekend coming up, so that'll be nice. I'll probably post some videos on Korean beers. I really do want to do a lot of the Korean beers. And then some Korean alcohol. I was going to make one on the Korean alcohol out here, but then I kind of messed up through making the video a little bit, and I said, this video needs a little more love. So I'm gonna redo it and make a big long video on Korean alcohols. But anyways, have a good Wednesday. If you guys see Fat Tire around and you never tried it, for sure give Fat Tire a go. And let me know if you guys like it, you don't like it. Hey, it's everybody's free and entitled to have their own opinion. So, all right, have a good one, guys.